Welcome and welcome back, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and yes, it's true. Supercell has announced that it is killing the game Clash Quest. This was a game that was released in beta only in limited countries back in April of 2021. 16 months in beta, and the game is gone. Now, it does strike a little bit close to home for us Clash of Clans players because it was yet another IP spin-off of Clash of Clans. And what I mean is it uses the same intellectual property. The characters from Clash have gone to another game, much like Clash Royale. And unfortunately for Clash Quest, it's all over. There are, of course, two other Clash IP games out there in development. We have Clash Mini that is out in beta currently, and then Clash Heroes, which I am definitely excited to finally get my hands on when it comes out in beta. So let's talk a little bit about the history of Supercell killing games, what this means for other games in development, what it means for Clash of Clans possibly, and what happens to all of the gems that some people might have purchased in a game that is now gone dark. So if you want to know all these things and more, please do consider subscribing to the channel, turn on notifications, and as always, be ready for the earliest and most accurate update information. Town Hall 15 coming to a village soon near you. Okay, now first of all, I wanted to talk about a little fun exchange that happened over on Twitter, and I can't help myself. Sometimes maybe it's just being salty, maybe it's having played a lot of these beta games and loving a few of them, watching them go bye-bye, but right after Clash Quest tweeted that they were going dark, you saw a reply from Everdale, which is another game currently in beta from Supercell, a game that I am actually still playing pretty much every day. So Everdale's Twitter replies to the Clash Quest tweet with a gif of a sad Tigger walking away and vanishing into the distance. And then this reply from some random guy on Twitter says, "Don't worry, you'll have to do the same soon." And it's not funny. I'm not laughing. It's not funny. I don't want Everdale to be deleted, but it's such a pattern. We've seen so many games killed over the years. So then I see Clash Mini replying to Clash Quest's tweet, and I can't help but to go ahead and send a salty little reply. Yes, Key and Peele's sweating gif, because that's exactly how Clash Mini must feel right now. Their head is probably sitting on the chopping block, and they're wondering whether or not the axe is going to fall. Now, as of right now, Supercell has killed at least 16 games that have been in development. This is just a partial list. I don't actually think that anybody has a complete list. Gunshine, Magic, Tower, Pets vs. Orcs, Battle Buddies, Puzzles and Dragons, Spooky Pop, Smashland, Rush Wars, Heyday Pop, and Clash Quest. So to be honest, I don't think anybody but employees at Supercell have the actual list, but it's at least 17 games that have been killed. And okay, now I have mixed emotions about this because those of you that follow the channel know that I truly loved one of the games that Supercell has killed in the past, and we will get to that, and I'll show you some footage in just a moment. But first, let's talk just a little bit about Clash Quest. And I'll admit, I did play Clash Quest like mad for about 2 to 3 weeks. When it was first released in beta, I was excited about another Clash IP game with barbarians and archers and wizards and giants and dragons and baby dragons and P.E.K.K.A.s and Teslas, and yeah, it was fun. I was excited, and I went a little bit overboard, as I generally tend to do with brand new games. I spent, I would say, roughly 1,000 to 1,500 euro on Finnish iTunes gift cards because I have a Finnish iPad or a Finnish iTunes account where I'm able to play these games that are in beta. I specifically set it up years ago. That way, this iPad immediately downloads any games that are on limited release from Supercell. The good news is, like I've had happen in the past, the gems that you spend on a game in beta can be transferred to any other Supercell game. So yes, Galadon, my main account in Clash of Clans, should be promptly receiving sometime in the next couple of weeks, roughly 140,000 Clash of Clans gems, and I'll make sure that I tweet it or post it on the community page here, or perhaps maybe even make a video about it, because it's gonna look pretty awesome when that many gems show up in my mailbox out of nowhere. They look like free gems, but they're not. Okay, so let's go back to Clash Quest. I did my best to try to find some Clash Quest footage, But when I was searching Clash Quest, all that would come up on my
fellow Clashers, and thank you for tuning in to Clash of Clans Attack for the continuing saga.
Yes, the quest
to
5,000 trophies. I will not pain you with the rest of the audio from this episode, but I will show you that yes, it was back in the days of Town Hall 10. I was trying to get to 5,000 trophies and it took me like a year. But okay, Clash Quest. I had a funny feeling about this game from early on that it just didn't have the staying power. And what I mean is, and this is pretty much true across all Supercell beta games that we've seen, Supercell wants a game that is going to be played for years. Look at the other games that have been released fully and have been successful, like Clash Royale and of course Brawl Stars. They are billion-dollar mega hits, and unfortunately, it feels like that's all that Supercell wants. They want a billion-dollar mega hit that players will play for years or nothing. Now, Clash Quest did, after a couple of weeks, start to feel kind of simple and repetitive to me, and I lost interest after maybe a month of playing, and I never really came back. I tried to come back and play it just to engage with the updates. It didn't happen for me. And because of that, I kind of had this feeling that the game was not going to make it out of beta. I feel like I'm kind of like the every player. You know, I'm an average video game player. It was fun for a little while, but it didn't keep me hooked. And Supercell wants to keep people playing for longer periods of time. So it didn't really surprise me that Clash Quest went away. Now you might ask, what about Clash Mini, Galadon? That one's out there right now. What do you think? And I'll be honest, Clash Mini is based upon a game called Auto Chess. And if you look that up, if you like that type of game, you're going to love Clash Mini. I, unfortunately, do not enjoy that type of game. And if it ever does come out, I don't think I'll play it much. Clash Mini, I find too frustrating. And just the Auto Chess style game is not really in my wheelhouse. Rush Wars, I kind of enjoyed Rush Wars about as much as I enjoyed Clash Quest. There was a period where I was passionate about it, and then it just kind of fizzled out for me. And then there's Smashland, the beloved Smashland. Those of you that follow the channel know that I absolutely loved this game, but for different reasons than we've seen otherwise, I can understand why it went away. Part of the problem was the end game, meaning players who had maxed out their heroes, who had gotten through all of the levels. There just kind of wasn't anything to keep you hooked for a longer period of time, which was a similar problem to Clash Mini. But also, a big problem with Smashland was that there was a lot of randomness involved in the gameplay, and if you've been watching the videos recently, you've heard me talk about how that is the ultimate enemy of esports, and most gaming companies do not want a bunch of RNG affecting the outcome of battles or of attacks in games. So I think that was a big problem, but it was fun, man. The heroes, the dynamics, the gameplay really engaged me. I had a lot of fun with that one. Spent about $1,000 or $2,000 on gems in that one. Got it back transferred to Clash. Spent $1,000 or $2,000 on gems in Rush Wars. Got it back transferred to Clash. So now here we are. I'm actually excited. I hate to say this. Oh man, I feel really guilty saying this out loud. I'm so glad they killed Clash Quest because now I get $1,000 worth of gems transferred to my main account in time for the Town Hall 15 update, which is probably, okay, we know it's ticking closer every day. I'm still guessing around the end of this year for the release, and I'll be a little bit more prepared. We have hundreds of magic items, and now we will have hundreds of thousands of gems. All right, so anyway, where did I go with this episode? I don't know. I hope that I helped cover some interesting information for you guys. I hope that you are excited for maybe other games like Clash Mini, Clash Heroes, Everdale. Okay, Everdale's not really an exciting game, but I do like playing it. I'll tell you that right now. I love playing Everdale, and I feel like Everdale will make it if they are managing to cannibalize enough of the Heyday crowd to get enough players to play it. Maybe like players who are tired of Heyday are over there playing Everdale, because it just feels like Heyday taken a slightly different direction, and it definitely has and I know Supercell hates this word, it has an addictive quality to it. It keeps me coming back every single day to make sure that my villagers are occupied and my valley is growing. And yeah, I am enjoying Everdale, I have to admit. It's my guilty pleasure, I'll tell you that right now. And so we'll see where that one goes. I have spent a lot less on that game than some of the other games, so I'm not rooting against it. I never root against any of these games. I want people to have fun. I want Supercell to be successful. And I'll tell you right now, I am definitely excited about Clash Heroes. So that is going to wrap up today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys maybe learned something. If you did, consider leaving a like on the video and of course subscribing. Thank you, Galafam, for sticking around all the way to the end of the episode. You, the true hashtag Galafam, are the ones I love, think about, and appreciate every single moment of every single day. So get out there, make the best of the rest of your day, week, month, and year. Be kind to other people, animals, and the planet. I'll see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, you had me freaking out for a minute. I thought you were going to say they're going to kill Clash of Clans.